that is what I pack and how I pack my dive gear for a shore dive. It's like 90 something degrees out today, and my air conditioner is the loudest thing possibly that exists. So I should probably not dawdle too much, because otherwise it's going to get wildly hot in here because it's turned off because it's loud. That's where I was going with that story. Sometimes I did make a video last week that is up and able to be seen now, of me watching Jaws for the very first time. So if you're interested in seeing that, I will link it in the cards. I will never remember which side the cards are. But otherwise, today, we're going to be frickin' packing for a shore dive. So I'm currently getting my staff instructor certification. So as part of that, I am like staffing a IDC. IDC is also, by the way, for any of you that are, actually, you know what? Maybe I'll just give you a little extra helpful thing. So I will put here on the screen the like PADI course flow chart, and then I'll put a little arrow to staff instructor. Maybe I'll put an arrow path where you go through to get to staff. That's what I'm doing. So part of staff instructor certification is helping instructor development candidates become instructors. And we are out at the lake this weekend to do some open water training. So anyway, blah, blah, blah. None of that is important for you guys. What you're here for, Olivia, is to see what I pack and what you could possibly pack for a shore dive. I could probably do another one of these. I'll definitely do another one of these for boat diving. So if you're all good with that, we'll go ahead and get started. I guess I will go over my actual gear first, because I don't think I've ever showed that on my channel. So I'll show you my gear, and then like the accessories I bring, and then like some other bips and bops. Then I will show you how I like actually pack it up, because that is also shore specific how I do that. You'll see. You'll see. You'll have to watch the video to find out. All right. So, are you ready? Let's go. So I guess we will start with mask, fin, snorkel. So my mask that I use, I have the Aqualung Linea. I can't say like, I use this mask, this is the right mask for you. Like, I don't think that's a thing. I don't agree with that. So this is the mask that fits my face. But whatever mask fits your face is the mask that you should use. But that's what I have. So there's my mask. I keep it inside of the case so it just doesn't get like scratched or, you know, banged up or anything with all the rest of my gear. But that is mask. Snorkel. If I am diving recreationally just for fun, I literally don't ever wear a snorkel. Hate them, don't like them. But when you're teaching, instructing, gotta have a snorkel, so snorkel. This one's just a, actually what even is this? The cheapest one, that's what it is. This is literally the cheapest one that was sold at my dive shop because I hate snorkels. But there it is. My fins are, for open water, I use the Mare's Avanti Quattros. These are my fins. I like them. They're good fins. Don't get split fins. And that's that. I'm gonna leave those there. This is currently the BCD I am rocking. It's a Oceanic Hera, whatever. It's pretty well worn to crap. It's also a jacket style. Yeah, it's I think they call it a jacket style. It's I don't like it, is what I'm trying to tell you. this is due for retirement. I am going to be getting a new BCD that is a back inflate, and this one's gonna go bye-bye. It has served me well, but I am far too advanced into scuba diving to not be using a back inflate. So, mask, fins, snorkel, BCD, regulator. Hi, how do you want to breathe? Well, I'll show you. I have the Apex XL4, primary and alternate. And then the computer I'm currently using, this is really like my setup for when I'm teaching. So I use the same computer that is on all of the rental gear that all my like open water students are wearing. But it's the Aqualung i550. So that's what I'm currently on. Well, this is my teaching setup. So if I had to pick out a computer myself, I'd get the Tarek. But again, you know, big purchases. So haven't gotten there yet. And my wetsuit, just for kicks and giggles. Oh, it's inside out. Hold on. I know most of you guys on this channel are not girls. Literally only 3% of you are girls, which, hello girls. So glad to have you. We need more lady divers in this world. So for those 3% of you that are females watching this video, I freaking love this swimsuit. Anyway, it has like shark teeth bite off the sides. This is not like, this is the TR brand. So like as far as like sustainable swimwear goes, I don't think this is it. However, it is chlorine resistant, which is 100% necessary for when I'm teaching in pools. So sorry, but I could go through like maybe 2 or 3 swimsuits a year with a sustainable one in the pool, or I can get one that's chlorine resistant and use it for years. So come for me or don't, but I like it and that's what I wear. I don't get to do nearly any warm water diving, so keep dreaming, Olivia. But anyway, this warm water diving, I've like never gone diving with just my swimsuit on. I think once ever, one dive literally, because in case you haven't noticed by the fact that I'm like disappearing into the white wall behind me because my skin is stark white, I burn very, very easily, like incredibly easily. So UV protection, and B, that way you don't, you know, any like jellyfish or fire coral or anything that you might bump into in the water, then you have a layer of protection on your skin. So for my dive skin, I have this sick skeleton suit. Obsessed. I freaking love Halloween. I love skulls and skeletons stuff. For my 5mm, I have the waterproof W50. It's very comfortable. It has the zippers at the ankles, which I love and I hate. And let me explain. It makes taking the wetsuit off of the legs a lot easier for sure. Like you don't have it clinging onto your ankle and have to do like that, you know, mega kick to get the frickin' your foot out of the thing. But here's my little issue is that I got bony ankles, okay? And when I pull this, like my foot out, like this zipper like usually knocks against whatever that bone is on your foot or on your ankle. What is this bone? Whatever that bone is, you know the one. And that's very uncomfortable, but also it does make it easier. So I don't know. You be the judge. It's a very comfortable wetsuit. I like it. I'm kind of like not a very colorful person, but what are you gonna do? Okay, so here's my 7mm. This is what I'll be wearing this weekend. It is the Aqualung, I think it's the Hyperflex is what I believe it's called. It's had some use put into it. It's currently damp and smelly because I dove in my aquariums yesterday to clean them up. So I don't think this is the most relatable smell, like aquarium sponge, but that's what it smells like. So if you're familiar. Also, Aqualung has been doing a lot of things with like using less plastic / maybe even fully plastic free, and they're coming out with like all new wetsuits and stuff that are made from like plant-based materials or something rather than the plastic of neoprene. So super love that. You know, as being like a diver, you're like stewards for the ocean. You want to preserve the underwater world, so it seems a little bit hypocritical to sell a bunch of scuba gear in plastic packaging that is literally made out of plastic and then be like, protect the ocean. So I very much appreciate that Aqualung is doing things to reduce plastic and make their neoprene out of different materials. They may not be the only company doing that, but I just know specifically that Aqualung is very much like my Aqualung, and that's that. I also have Aqualung gloves. These are 5 mil Aqualung Thermocline Flex. Very comfortable. 5 mil gloves. And then I also have Aqualung 5 mil booties. They smell horrendous, so I'm just gonna hold them out here. I always wear 5 mil no matter what the water temperature is. If it's warmer, If it's colder, I just have like wool socks or something that I wear underneath them. But these are my booties, and I need to put them over there because they stank. Moving on to the accessories. First, I have my reel and my surface marker buoy. And then I use a little bolt snap to keep the two together. So then I have a whistle for, you know, safety. I don't know what else to say about a whistle. Whistle always stays in my pocket because safety. Then I have, because we're doing rescue scenarios and because I'm an instructor, I always have a pocket mask on me. You know, you pop it out, goes on the diver's face, and then you can provide rescue breaths and then pop the oxygen on in an emergency. So that always is on me. I also have a slate and a pencil. I really like this pencil. It's Exit 404. I'll like put links for things in the description, so you can check in the description for any of the things that I'm talking about. If I can find a link to it, it'll be in the description. But this is like a pack. I got the slate and the pencil together. The slate is like, a slate is a slate, whatever. But this pencil is like, I love this pencil. It's like a twisty up lead, and it's on this like bungee thing, and you can write you know, inspirational messages to your buddies underwater. So that is that. A knife. So this is, again, it's an Aqualung. Oh, missed. This is an Aqualung squeeze lock or something. I don't know. Just a small little knife that I just have either clipped to a pocket on my BCD or put into the pocket of my BCD. I've literally never had to use this, but it is nice to have, at least you or a buddy have a knife on you when you're diving. This is not a self-defense tool. This is literally a safety tool, or like a fishing line cleanup tool. That's it. And it doesn't need to be a big samurai sword or machete or anything like that. Like, I don't know who you're trying to impress. Keep it simple, keep it small. The big dive knives that people like strap around their calves, you know what I'm talking about? When people have like a gnarly knife secured to their calf. The way that I describe it is that, you know, those guys that drive like the big souped up trucks and you like know that they're overcompensating for something? Having a big old dive knife strapped to your calf is the equivalent of driving a souped up like a big souped up truck. So take that as you will. I also have my little, it's a spare mask box that I have my Save a Dive kit in. So my extra fin strap, my extra mouthpiece, my extra mask strap, all the extra bips and bops I pop into one of those little cases. And those, I believe, are all my accessories. So now we'll go on to the other miscellaneous pieces that I pack. So first thing, again, if it's not blaringly obvious by my skin blending into the background of the wall here, I'm incredibly fair. And if the sun in the sky even so much as thinks about me, I'm getting sunburnt. So I pack a whole hoard of sunscreen. Use Reef Safe sunscreen, please. You can do a little dink, dink, dink research and find out which sunscreens are reef safe. None of these are reef safe because I am trying to go through the last of my sunscreen and be done with it before I start using my reef safe stuff. So don't judge me, but judge me if you want. I just don't want to throw it away with it not getting used. That seems just as wasteful. I also keep some swimmer's ear drops in my dive kit as well. It has a little lid that you can those little drops in. If you're going to be diving like really long days or doing a lot of diving over multiple days, putting in that was so over dramatic. Putting in some swimmer's ear drops can help, preventative measures so you don't have any ear nasty issues. And then I keep a hairbrush because girl things. The other thing that I pack is a towel. So this is a microfiber towel. I don't ever bring like standard towels because look how freaking small this is. So really compact for traveling. It also dries way quicker than a standard towel. Recently, I just got a new microfiber towel thing, which is this wetsuit poncho. So it's made out of the microfiber material. It has this pocket on the front and this sick Poseidon on the back. This is technically a men's wetsuit poncho, but all the girls' ones were like flowers and butterflies and pink and froofy, and I didn't like them, so I got the Poseidon. A lot of times when you're going shore diving, there's not necessarily any facilities or changing rooms or things like that, and usually what we do is like kind of wrap a towel sort of around you and then like open your car door and hide behind the car door and change, and sometimes that works out great and sometimes not as much. So I thought this, pop it on over you, slip your hands inside of it. You can totally change out of your wetsuit and have no accidental peep shows. And then you're good to go. And then also a sick Poseidon. There's other patterns, but I just like this one. So that is that. I haven't used it yet. Looking forward to it. Modesty. I think the last thing that I have is my mat satchel. So a lot of times you can use like a tarp. That works too. Or something that you put down on the ground and then you can set all your gear up on it so you don't get a bunch of mud and sand and stuff like entirely all over your equipment. So I have this like weaved mat that folds out, yada yada, folds back in. It's like a beach mat, but I'll lay it down on the ground and then I can set all my equipment up on it so it doesn't get quite so dirty. And that is what that is. All right, so now I'm gonna show you how I pack it all up. I have one of these like plastic containers, and I keep all my accessories in here just to keep things a little bit more organized, so I'm not like just digging through piles of all sorts of things to find stuff. So my slate, my reel, whistle, spare bolt snap, knife, pocket mask, all go in there. And that just keeps me a little bit more organized. Then, this is the big thing for shore diving. It was a lifesaver for me. This big old tub. This one has wheels on it and has a little handle. Now, if you can find one of these or something similar to this that has the handle down here rather than up here, that'll be better. This one, like when you hold on to it, the bottom here kind of like hits against your shins while you're pulling it. It does the job and it's fine. But if it had the handle down here, it'd be way better. But having a tub, not only, especially with the wheels and the handle, it helps kind of like move things around a little easier, but it also keeps all the wet gear after the dive confined into the tub and not in your car. So, little story, a little Olivia mistake that you can learn from. I used to just throw all my wet gear into the trunk of my car after a dive. And you know that like wood board that goes down over the spare tire in the trunk? Well, I basically like completely warped it and like it split and was like in a bunch of pieces and gross because it was constantly getting soaking wet from all my wet gear in the trunk after dives. So, whoops. Now I have this, and I put all the gear in it when it's wet so that my car doesn't get disgusting. Okay, so packing this up, I usually start with putting my fins. I don't know if you'll be able to see any of this, but put the fins in. Stanky, smelly booties in my swimsuit. And then there we go, all packed up. If you liked this video, found it helpful, please don't forget to hit that like button. And if you've made it this far and you're not already, don't forget to subscribe. Ring that notification bell if you care about getting notified when I upload. If you missed last week's video and you want to see me react to the movie Jaws, don't forget to check that one out. And I'll see you guys next week. Until we dive again, bye! Oh no, that's probably good, right? Alright, let's frickin' do this. You just really gotta get into the mood for these things. Okay, hold on. Olivia, freaking context, okay? Oh my god, there's something green on here. You dare me to lick it? Is that dangerous? I don't know what this is. No, I won't lick it. I don't know what that is. Anyway. What is this, a gear guide? I thought I was just showing you how to pack. And had some like... Went to the gym, came back, had a quesadilla. The simplicity of cheese melted between a couple tortillas. Delicious. I mean, delicious. Anyway.